bothersome having to stand and wait in long lunch lines, but it turns out there's an app for that. Ridge Daniel has the scoop. Grace Esquivel has information for PHS seniors as they prepare for their final months in high school. Officer Terry impacts our school in ways that no other staff member could.
A lot of informal counseling, a lot of just giving good advice, perspectives on policing and the culture and everything like that and what's going on in the world today.
Zach Manning uncovers his story.
Live from Studio 301 at Prosper High School, this is Eagle Nation News.
Good morning, Eagle Nation, and thank you for joining us. Today is Friday, October 2nd. I'm Emily Baldwin.
And from 6 feet away, I'm Madeline Wentz.
It was announced just last night by the president himself that he and the First Lady, Melania Trump, both have COVID-19. The two were exposed to the virus after a top advisor, Hope Hicks, tested positive after traveling with the president and the First Lady to the debate on Tuesday in a rally in Minnesota. The president said in a tweet that he and the First Lady will begin their quarantine and recovery process immediately and, quote, get through this together.
Swedish company Teenage Engineering has released a brand new speaker, the OB4. This device, along with having FM radio and Bluetooth capabilities, allows you to be more interactive with the music through remixing, tuning, and synths. The OB4 also has an impressive battery life and sound quality. The catch? The speaker is priced at $599. Shelley Luther, a salon owner who spent 2 nights in jail for disobeying COVID-19 lockdown orders, is running for Texas Senator. The election between her and Drew Springer, who is a 4-term Republican state representative, was too close to call. As of now, a date for the runoff has not been scheduled but can be expected in the coming weeks. Lunches have had many changes this year due to COVID-19, one being that school lunches can now be ordered ahead. Ridge Daniel gives a tutorial on how to order lunch via the new online app.
COVID-19 has brought many changes to Prosper High School's procedures. One change is how school lunches can be ordered. In order to reduce line size and maintain social distancing, the school cafeteria now offers a contactless pickup option. This is made possible through the use of a new app called NutriSlice that allows students to order their lunches from their phones and simply pick it up when they've arrived in the cafeteria. Once you have downloaded the app and made an account, return to the homepage, then select Prosper High School, go to the day you want to order lunch on, and click PHS Mobile. Next, click Order Ahead menu and select the items you wish to order by clicking on them and pressing Add to Order. Once you have selected everything you want, click the bag icon at the top, then click Checkout. Finally, select which lunch you're in and you're all set to pick up your order at the location designated at the bottom of the checkout page. Keep in mind, ordering closes at 9:20 a.m., so make sure to get your order in before then. I'm Ridge Daniel reporting for Eagle Nation News.
I know that it's really helpful to have online apps during this age of COVID.
Yeah, and I hate waiting in those long lunch lines, so that app will definitely be useful. Now, this week has been an eventful one for both pro and school sports. Cade Richardson is here in studio to highlight the athletes and teams making headlines.
Thank you, Emily. The Prosper volleyball team stayed hot Tuesday night at Brownsville, winning only 3 sets, 25-5, 25-15, and 25-10. The Lady Eagles look to continue their domination on the court tonight at home against Denton Guyer. Racing over to the start line, the cross-country team is striving to outrun more of its opponents at Warren Park Saturday morning. In PHS football news, the Eagles defeated the Trinity Trojans last night 29-21, moving Prosper to 2-0 on the season. This team looks to continue this streak next Friday at DeSoto, taking it outside of high school sports to the ice. The Dallas Stars sought to win their first Stanley Cup since 1999, but fell short, losing the series 4-2. The Tampa Bay Lightning defender Victor Hedman earning Finals MVP for the first time in his career. It's important to note that all of these athletes are taking extra precautions to stay safe during this pandemic. Keeping the students safe at Prosper High School are equally as important. Resources Officer, Officer Terry, makes sure of that. Zach Manning explains his role on campus and how he positively impacts students on a daily basis.
Officer Terry works all over Prosper High School, keeping everyone on and around campus safe.
So my job consists of basically keeping everyone safe, coming in, checking doors, making sure there's no doors propped.
He loves to interact with students and build strong relationships with them.
A lot of informal counseling, a lot of just giving good advice, perspectives on policing and the culture and everything like that and what's going on in the world today.
He knows that it is crucial to do so that all students have someone they can go to for anything.
I know when I was in high school, I didn't have the police to talk to. So I think it's crucial, man, having the police in the school and coming in and be able to have real life, tough conversations.
A big piece of his job is the informal counseling students can receive from him.
And a lot of times it's almost like a father figure or a big cousin or a big uncle.
Officer Terry began his law enforcement journey in his home state where he held another position before moving to Texas.
So I started my law enforcement career in Chicago. So I worked for the sheriff department for many, many years. I worked in narcotics and I worked in the gang unit.
Outside of school, Officer Terry loves to spend time with family, exercise, and even play some basketball out on the court.
My pastime, I was an athlete, so I played high school basketball and I played college basketball.
He also has a very unique hobby he started up only at the age of 16.
I became obsessed with shoes. So lately, man, I've been collecting a bunch of shoes. My last count is probably about 200 to 250 pair of shoes.
For Eagle Nation News, I'm Zach Manning.
I appreciate the work that Officer Terry does, especially in a time of COVID-19.
Absolutely. He's so kind, and I'm so grateful for everything that he does for our school. When we return, we'll discover how one PHS teacher used to risk his life in the name of weather.
Chaser is an intimidating role, one that Mr. Seegers knows all too well. Case Spears highlights how Mr. Seegers handled his emotions going into a storm and why he transitioned from being a storm chaser to a teacher.
Roger Seegers did not intend to be a storm chaser, but after witnessing this devastating storm, his thoughts changed quickly.
May of 1987, there was a tornado in a little town called Saragossa, Texas, out in far west Texas, and they had 30 people killed and 100 injured, and that kind of, started that. It could have been a lot worse if storm chasers hadn't been relaying information to the National Weather Service.
Seegers experienced a variety of emotions while going into the storms.
You get nervous because you have to think about everything that's going on, but also stress because you want to make sure you get the right information to the National Weather Service.
Mr. Seegers goes on to state that he got involved with storm chasing not for the money, but as a hobby.
Storm chasing is one of those things that you do on a volunteer basis. We don't get any money for it. Sometimes you have damaged vehicle. Sometimes if you're lucky and have a good day, you go to a restaurant after being out in the storm and people see what you do and maybe they buy you a meal.
In 1996, Mr. Seegers transferred from being a storm chaser to a teacher. From Eagle Nation News, I'm Case Spears.
I honor his bravery so much for doing that. I know I could not run into a storm like that.
Yeah, whenever I see a storm, I just want to sit on the couch and watch TV. In today's Talent Talk, Julia Bizion has some exciting information that would brighten up any stormy day.
It looks like The Circle of Life will continue as the sequel to fan-favorite Disney classic The Lion King was teased this week. Disney has recruited Barry Jenkins to be the director for the follow-up film of the 2019 live-action movie. Now, we don't have many of the details regarding the production just yet, but there have been rumors that it will, quote, explore the mythology of the characters, something that hasn't been done in the previous movies. Will you set out to see the sequel to The Lion King? Let us know on our Twitter and Instagram. Now, hopefully, when this movie is released, we won't be wearing masks to the theater, but as the wearing of masks has become the new norm, finding one for each day can pose a problem for some high school students. To avoid this, Myth-or-Comma instructs students on how to make their own face coverings.
With the rising of COVID-19 cases, it has become increasingly important for the proper wearing of masks at Prosper High School. It is vital that students wear their masks covering their noses as well as their mouths to prevent the spread of any germs. Many students have limited masks options at home as it can be hard to find fashionable masks at low prices.
I usually wear surgical masks because I don't really have that much cute ones that I like.
An effective way to get around this issue is to make your own masks. In order to make a mask, all you need are a few supplies. First, using a mask-shaped stencil, cut out 4 pieces of fabric. Then sew the 2 pieces together inside out. Next, sew 2 pieces of fabric together and cut out 2 pieces of elastic, about 4 inches long. Leaving space for the elastic, sew 2 pockets on each side of the mask and tie your elastic. This simple and effective way to make a mask can improve the safety of you and everyone around you in only a few short minutes. For Eagle Nation News, I'm Mithra Kama.
I know I hate wearing my black face mask every day, so I'll definitely have to design one of my own.
Yeah, it'll be great to match the face mask to the rest of your outfit. The Future Ready Design Space, formerly the library, is a brand new feature at PHS that provides many students with a place to work. Will Carlisle is on scene to give us more details about the space.
The Future Ready Design Space at PHS has changed a lot since last year and now offers a versatile space for many students to utilize.
Our biggest changes, of course, are the furniture. When you walk in, that's the first thing you notice is we have all new furniture. We also got rid of some of our shelving and our books. So the first question that gets asked when people come in is, where did all the books go? We still have books. They are around the library. We still have shelving.
The Future Ready Design Space has added many different types of chairs and tables and utilized the open space to allow many students to use the area at once.
Students can definitely still check out books. So we have a Bookazon form, and it's basically a concierge book service. Your English teachers should have shared that with you, or you can also access it on our library website. You fill out the form and tell us what book you'd like, and we will deliver it to your English class.
Next time you find yourself needing a quiet place to study, make sure you stop by the Future Ready Design Space located on the first floor next to the main entryway to the school. I'm Will Carlisle reporting for Eagle Nation News.
It was just announced today that the newly renovated Future Ready Design Space will be called The Nest. Stop by to sit down and enjoy a new book or study with some friends. On today's edition of The Perch, Sailor Jane sits down with Dr. Burdett to talk about the junior ring ceremony.
Thank you, Emily. I'm your host, Sailor Jane McKenzie, and joined in studio today, I have Dr. Burdett. Thank you for joining me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Now, the junior ring ceremony is hosted in November. Can you tell me, what really is the junior ring ceremony and what are the things that it stands for?
Sure. Well, the junior ring ceremony is a way for students to honor educators who made an impact on their life, whether that be an educator here or middle school or elementary, and it can even be for folks who've moved in from outside of Prosper. I know we have a few here at Prosper High School. You can honor any educator who made a positive impact on your life. And we've emailed all of this information out to all the juniors and their parents, so please check your inbox because all the information regarding this is in your email.
Absolutely. And what should people from Prosper expect from this specific ring ceremony?
Well, we won't do fireworks this year inside. Just kidding. No, I'm not kidding that we won't. We will not do fireworks inside. But it's a classy affair. We want you to dress up for this and honor the educator who's made an impact on your life. And just, we want it to be quality and kind of a way to honor people and also honor our students who are getting ready to graduate. And this is a way that just makes teachers feel good that they know that they've made an impact on the life of a young person. And speaking of honoring educators, today is National Custodian Day. And during lunch today, if you'd make sure that you thank the custodians for all that they do for us. We are truly blessed with incredible people who work with us, and our custodians are part of that. So National Custodian Day, make sure that we thank our custodians.
Very well said. Well, thank you so much for joining me today.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Thank you.
Senior year brings excitement and nerves of preparing for college. Grace Escobar has more on how these seniors are preparing for the next phase of their life.
Senior year typically brings exciting and slightly stressful preparation for the next phase of life, college. During the beginning of the school year, seniors will go and visit some of the colleges they are interested in attending. However, for some seniors, like Reagan Starnes, touring colleges wasn't an option this fall. We sat down with Reagan to talk about how COVID has changed the way seniors would normally spend their fall getting ready for college.
So they're open, but I haven't been able to actually go. They just opened in the end of August.
Even with the new COVID guidelines and rules in place, Reagan has been doing everything she can to get everything set for next year.
I've been getting ready for college through doing college classes at school, like dual credit through calling. I've also been doing my SAT and just doing my research to make sure I don't miss any deadlines.
During senior year, some students apply for a job to help pay for the expenses of college.
Yes, so I actually had a job last year at Prosper Playhouse, but due to coronavirus, they had to shut down for a little bit. So then at the beginning of the school year, I was looking for another job, and now I work at Prosper Pantry just so I can save money for college and just other things like that.
Reagan feels prepared for college and has already been accepted to her first choice, Kansas University.
Even without the impacts of COVID, preparing for college can be a stressful but exciting experience. Reporting for Eagle Nation News, I'm Grace Esquivel.
That's all for today, Eagle Nation. I'm Madeline Wentz.
And I'm Emily Baldwin. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you next week.